Hello everybody, we are back, stage 2. It's time to get inside. So you remember the trophy, it says functional. Today we are going to get with 3M. 3M, I remember many years ago we were having a broad idea, and 3M helping Berman and with their product and their manufacturing system make an idea becoming an emotion and became functional. So thank you very much to let us get insight with 3M, and don't forget, I think, Kevin, you have something for us which is going to be special on the competition point of view, especially for the students. Go ahead, thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Autostyle Design Competition, and thank you Eric Dubois for your special message for us. And today we have a very special host and guest. So we can just speak about technology, we can speak about a very well-known and big company, 3M, and I want to introduce the head design international of 3M, Kevin Gilboe. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Thank you.
Okay, Kevin. Cannot hear you. Maybe you have to open also your mic.
Can you hear me? Okay. My mic is on.
Thank you so much, and welcome back to Autostyle Design Competition. We know that 3M collaborate with Autostyle Design Competition, and it's very important for us. But we are totally live, Kevin. So how is the weather in Minnesota?
It's definitely becoming fall here. The trees are changing color, and yeah, it's about 11 degrees or so right now. Summer is definitely in the past.
It's the same here in Italy, but we cannot stop with the weather because we have to go on. I want to ask you, how started the collaboration with Autostyle Design Competition with 3M? Because maybe everyone knows 3M for other product, but for automotive is totally really special. So tell us more about how do you start this collaboration? And you have a surprise for us because there is a very big competition that 3M organized with Auto&Design Competition. So it's very important your collaboration with Autostyle.
Yeah, thank you, Alessio. I have a lot of great stuff to share today in my presentation. And you know, last year when we joined Autostyle, we just had a great time. It was fantastic to be there with everyone else. And you know, coming back to this year, our question was, you know, how do we take it to another level here and really offer something you know, special for the students as an opportunity. And so yeah, I can't wait to share that.
Yes, Steph, young talents, young students are very important for us all. So also for 3M, I suppose, because you are just learning and knowing more young minds just to work with. And I think you can start with the competition stuff, Kevin. So how is this competition? Who have to do the young students, the young talents?
Well, the idea is inspired by, you know, the times that we're living in right now. It's a time of challenges and great change. And I think we should all remember that design has a unique ability to create a sense of optimism and help us to see the way towards the future. And so in that way, with that spirit, we're looking at our technologies and we're saying, like, well, within the automotive space, one of the most visible ways that we can make an impact is with the surface of the car. And we have some great products that can really do amazing things on that surface. And so we want to offer the students the opportunity to show us the way to an optimistic future using the surface of the vehicle as a canvas.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Because with 3M, with wrapping, we can just use the car as a real canvas, artistic canvas too, for example. And you can create almost everything, or other kind of material, or create something that simulate that kind of material. And also not only on the final product, but just working on some concept, it can give designers the opportunity to create the realistic final mock-up, just final prototype. So it's very important just working with this. And are you how many attendees are in the contest? You know the number. Just to know more about young talents in there.
Well, we have 3 different universities that I know my team has been engaged with here to get this set up, and as a setup after the presentation today, my team will be in contact with the students to take the next step in setting it all up as a program.
Oh, it sounds great. 3 university, a lot of students working in a very great team with yours. I think it's a dream for young people. So I'm sure they can create a really great project for you. And yes, I'm really curious to see them.
Yeah, it's we have a really cool example from our own team that I want to share today in our presentation that I hope will set the right level of expectation and what's possible with finishes. So I can't wait to share that.
Yeah, we really want to see more. We really want to know more about 3M and all the surprises you have for us. I think you can start also with something to show us, and it will be beautiful.
Okay.
So we can go on with your video. You have a video for us, Kevin. I think you want to show us now, or is
I think yeah. Let's work our way up to that. I have some visuals, a presentation deck that'll start off with talking a bit about the idea of material science and design, and then the video goes from there.
Because we know the final product, but there is a lot to create new 3M product. A lot of scientists that work on it, and at the end, normal user as I am, just final one. But you have to show more us to understand even more about 3M. Thank you, Kevin. I think you can just. I have to give your hand to go on with presentation, and we can just see more. Yeah.
So please go ahead and load the slides, and we'll get going.
Okay. I can just do it for you, and then we can just use all the videos to do that.
There we go.
And yes, I can just close my camera just to show everything very huge like this. Do you want to go on for you, Kevin?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll turn my camera off as well so we can get the whole screen.
Full screen.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, well let's jump in. I'm very happy to join this event again. Last year was a fantastic experience, and as I said, we wanted to take it to another level. So maybe to set the table, I think it's good to just share a bit about 3M itself and where we're coming from. So 3M as a company is a very diverse, very broad company with a really wide range of impact across many different areas of society in the world. And stitching it all together is this idea of improving lives. I mean, at a very simple way, the products that we make a real difference in the world. And that's something that as a 3M'er, I'm very proud to be part of a company where our products play a role in areas like healthcare, transportation and electronics, or safety and industrial, and also consumer businesses that many of you know are brands from, brands like Post-it or Scotch. And so underneath all of this is this scientific engine, which really is a platform for all of the kinds of things that we can do for the world. So you think about, our people first and foremost. We have this fantastic community very, very diverse and international. I'm very privileged to work with all of our international teams in my role as head of design for international. And so we have teams in Asia, teams in Europe, and so on. And, you know, as a community coming together, we can bring a tremendous amount of creativity. You take that together with insights from our customers, and then you build it in together with all of the technology platforms that we offer. A lot of amazing things are possible. And so I'd like to make it real for you from a designer's perspective here. And I want to pick from the toolbox and of topics in the design world of, you know, what are the things that designers typically need to consider in the design process. And so I'll start with a very obvious one, which is the idea of controlling the behavior and the appearance of light. I think especially in the car design world, car designers know very well that the way that light plays across the surface of the vehicle, in and out of the vehicle, the way that lighting on the vehicle all comes together is really part of the entire identity of the vehicle. And so, you know, with the idea of science and light, a lot of things are possible there. And I want to start with showing a couple of examples of how this comes together. We can start with a basic idea of layering. So if we take films with very different finishes and layer them on top of each other, one finish could be a simple brushed aluminum finish with some translucency. We can also have patterns on the back. And then we bring lighting into the equation. A lot of very beautiful things are possible with that. We can take that idea further to another level when we start talking about very, very thin layers. So layers within a material itself can affect the quality and the color of light as it passes through that surface. So if you see a film like this where it has a shifting color going across there, that is due in part to the idea of layering out of the object. Now, if we take that kind of quality of light and we start to marry it up with really interesting and playful surfaces, suddenly we can create a really beautiful environment just through the control of surfaces and light. Another way to think about this too is the idea of light bouncing within a space. So if you look at this object here, it looks quite deep. It looks a sort of scale and heft to it. But in reality, this object is only about 1.5 centimeters in thickness. And it looks deep because of the way that light has been bouncing within those two surfaces. In fact, one thin strip of LEDs bouncing between these different surfaces can create this effect of depth. And so, you know, just through using light, we have this ability to create this idea of volume and shape. The same is true if we bring in flexibility to the surface as well. So idea of depth and volume and shape together with a flexible surface can create really interesting flows and images on the surface. Again, this here is very thin. This is about 1.5 centimeters in thickness, but because of the way the light is behaving within it, it can be create this effect of depth in the visual. Now, these kinds of things have a very practical application, and one of the things that we look at very closely at 3M is the future of automotive HMI. So we have many different products right now that go into displays, they go into heads-up displays, they go into interior surfaces, and we're very aware that this is an area that is undergoing a lot of change in the automotive world. As we think about the impact of 5G, new technologies in either user interface design, maybe even augmented reality, all of these things coming together within a vehicle interior, 3M is right there looking at this from a technology standpoint. One more idea is the idea of reflectivity. And so in one way, light can reflect back with a sort of scattered approach and be very soft reflection, or it can be a very hard, very direct reflection. And this is something that with technology is possible to control how light reflects back to the viewer. And you can see that we can integrate that very precisely into a design, in this case on a on a t-shirt or on a jogging suit, so that when a light is shined at it, it can reflect back in a very intense and very direct way. Now that same concept, again, can be applied very nicely into vehicle design too. And I showed this last year at Autostyle in 2019, but I feel like it's just so cool to kind of take a revisit to it. This is where we experiment with the idea of how to bring reflectivity and advanced surfaces together to create something really special for an automotive surface. 3M has been engaged in the automotive world for over 100 years. And we have a really, deep and broad understanding of the industry. There's multiple segments that we look at, whether it's into the construction of the vehicle, the human-machine interface, the interior surfaces, the exterior surfaces, et cetera, into the powertrain, into all kinds of either technologies for either internal combustion or electric vehicles. And so all of these things together, is really our platform and our base of knowledge as we work into this space. Now, one of the programs that we did about a year and a half ago to really bring this to life was a physical space that we call the Automotive Materials Science Academy. And the idea here is that we wanted to bring everything together as both a learning and working environment, so that our partners in the industry, the people that are designing and engineering and building vehicles, can work with us directly side by side, bench to bench, to think about the future of mobility and really make solutions come to life as a part of that process. And so this was the culmination of an idea, a very simple idea, that we wanted to bring everything together into one space so that we could have a complete conversation about the future of mobility. So I think it's better to show it than to really talk about it. So I'd like to share a video here that talks through a whole tour of what we call the Automotive Materials Science Academy. Please go ahead and share the video. I think you can see with that presentation that we have a really broad range of technologies applying into the automotive space. Again, fundamentally here, we know that to build a successful vehicle, you have to bring together many different skill sets, many different kinds of technologies have to work together to create one unified experience. And design is essential, of course, in this process, and bringing design together with technology as part of our thought process has, I think, really taken our thinking to the next level when it comes to the technologies of the future for mobility. We as a design organization ourselves within 3M have been a part of this very deeply, especially in the last couple of years as we really get more of a capability online. And I think, it's also a part of extending out into the world too. So a lot of great car design is happening in the world of design schools. And so this is an area we very much want to grow as a company, as our engagement with design centers, design schools, to be more alive in the process of designing the future of mobility. Now, during this virtual session, a lot of us are taking tours of the different car design centers, and that is super exciting. I can't wait to see the tours as we go throughout the next couple of months. I'd like to share a little bit of flavor of the 3M Design Center, and this one I'll focus on our office in St. Paul in the United States. We opened this design center back in 2016, and it's really become an identity for 3M itself, and in the kind of future of the creativity and the kind of cultures that we want to bring to life around the company. Now, the architecture we designed to intentionally connect to the place that we are all living in here, which is the Midwestern U.S. There's a lot of nature, there's a lot of sense of outdoors to it, and a lot of a casual feel. And so we want to bring that kind of culture into the space itself to, make sure that it's not a generic design center, but it's something that really has a unique space. One of the things we used to talk about here a lot is that, it's about the cool north. I mean, we're bringing, Minnesota itself is, northern, definitely cold for a lot of times of the year. So that plugs into our identity. Now, the space itself is one where, the team can get together in a very casual way, but also we can work in a very focused way, depending on whatever we need to do. I think, as we move to more of a virtual format, we change the identity of the space just a little bit, but that central style of working where it's casual, where it's related to how we want to work in a particular way is going to stay consistent. Another thing that's really important is to connect with local artists and really bring that alive within the space. I think every design center is not just an expression of the company's design culture, but it's also an expression of the community that we live in. So the idea of design for social impact, the idea of being connected to the community, we want to bring that to life. And so, we invited local artists to come in and do this really wonderful graffiti sculpture. We have other examples around the design center as well. There's a lot of space for collaboration that we bring into the area. So these are reconfigurable, they're open. We have many customers coming in and working with us hand in hand to think about, how can material science help enable the futures that they're trying to build. And so, it's been really an interesting journey in that, we have this wonderful design center in one sense. On the other side, we're starting to move to more of a virtual format in the way. But in any case, it can be a very great platform for us to showcase our collaboration with the industry. And in that sense, I'd like to highlight an example that will help us to set the stage for our design contest that we're opening to express a future car culture. Designers have the power to translate insights and emotions in a way that will inspire confidence and positivity. I think this is always unique to their field. And what we'd like the students here to do is to consider the power of surface design to express that spirit of optimism about the future, celebrate culture and heritage, and express energy and identity in a complete sense across the vehicle. We're kicking this project off today, and my team has already been working with the university and students to get this in place. And our plan is to work through the process and announce a winner in early December timeframe. Now, for a resource here, I'd urge everybody, all the students especially, go ahead and take a look at what we currently offer within the space of vehicle wraps and surfaces. You'll see here's a website, which I know it's a bit of a long URL, but it will take you directly to the information that we'd like you to have a look at. And you can see some of our new products. We have many new products on the way in this space, so stay tuned for some new examples coming out. But in the meantime, also, you can leverage our team here for any questions or ideas about this. What we'd like to offer up is a grand prize for the competition is the opportunity to get really hands-on here. So this is a bit outside of the car design space as far as this isn't really so much about the design as it is about the application and the craftsmanship that's required. We think this is really exciting because this really trains the students to really get to know the surfaces in a very intimate way. When you have to apply a vehicle wrap and really learn how to control the film and the finish as it goes around the surface to make sure that the details are done in a spot on and perfect way, you know, that really, I think, creates a deeper sense of intimacy with the design of the vehicle itself. So, you know, we're really happy to partner up with the Wrap and Decor School in Italy to make this happen. And we look forward to seeing some fantastic concepts coming to life so we can award a great prize here. So with that, that's a wrap. That's my presentation today. I thank you once again for the opportunity to join Autostyle this year. Alessio, I'd like to hand it back to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. So we can just go on. A couple of things, Kevin. As an architect, I really want to come to visit your design center in US. So they are beautiful studios, and you know, I think it's good having a very good space to create a great project. Okay, it's perfect. You spoke about nature and other things. I'm totally agree with you. The second thing, I saw a lot of things about wearable design. That is something that is a field of design that is developing really fast. So I'm really interested in it. And then at the end, I got a mini car. So I really want to wrap it with your product. It's beautiful. It's a kind of, you know, it's a canvas. It's a style of art of creating something totally beautiful on a car. So it's an iconic car, but it's even more iconic just creating this kind of wrapping there. So I'm really curious to see our student what they can do with your product and your inspiration, and also creating something totally new. It's very, very, very good competition. I want to see the final result.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Yes, you can wait too. You can wait too. And thank you, Kevin, for your time. Thank you for the collaboration with 3M. And I repeat, this digital edition is something totally new. You are in US now, I'm in Rome, Italy, and we can speak together live, and we can just have this conversation. We can just show your presentation. That's perfect. What's more, we can just go on the problem of not being there in person. Maybe next year we can meet each other again, but now we can just work with the digital design event. And I think it's the first time that all the brands are very important, like you, like 3M, like all the design center that we saw last Thursday are together to connect, to have this kind of totally overview on automotive field, automotive world. So thank you so much. And I really want to say thank you to 3M too. And we can just see again this week on Thursday with Maserati, with Mr. Gianni Ribotta. So don't miss it, and see you again on Thursday. Thank you, Kevin. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.